Deborah Norville.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us. All of America is feeling the trauma of yet another deadly school shooting, this time in Nashville. Today, police released body camera video from the moment they stormed the school with guns drawn, the halls eerily vacant and quiet because the students had been evacuated or put on lockdown just minutes after the shooting began. Megan Alexander is in Nashville with a moment-by-moment account of how the takedown of the shooter happened, and we have to warn you, this video is tough to take.
Metro Police!
Heart-stopping police body cam video shows brave cops racing into the Covenant School in Nashville to take down the shooter.
On me! I don't know where he is. Metro Police!
The body cams worn by officers Rex Engelbert and Michael Colazzo show how they and other cops burst into classrooms to save the lives of the children and teachers.
Door, with me.
Fortunately, the classrooms are empty. The children are hidden away in lockdown.
Cover left.
After clearing the first-floor classrooms, they learned that cops outside have been taking fire from the second-floor window.
He's upstairs. Sounds like he's upstairs.
You can hear the sounds of gunfire as the cops make their way down a second-floor corridor.
Right.
Moments later, they see the shooter reloading. Officer Engelbert opens fire. Officer Colazzo also fires.
Stop moving! Get your hands away from the gun! Get your hands away from the gun!
The killer is dead just 14 minutes after her murder spree began. Former NYP detective Michael Alcazar analyzed the video for Inside Edition.
They didn't hesitate. They didn't wait around the hallways. We can all see it on the video. They just kept moving forward, right? They're doing a methodical search. And then when they heard the shooting going on, they don't know victims were getting shot at, and they just kept pressing forward. And it was really, really amazing.
And here is the moment the shooter, Audrey Hale, first entered the school. Surveillance video shows her blasting her way in, firing through 2 glass doors. She climbs through the shattered glass to begin her heartless murder spree. She has 2 assault rifles and a handgun. She's wearing a tactical vest, camo pants, and a red baseball cap. She stalks a corridor looking for victims. Cops are already on the way. Nashville Police Chief John Drake spoke out on CBS Mornings.
The head of the school was assassinated in the hallway, so we feel it was targeted and planned.
You think she was targeting 9-year-old children?
The kids was obviously targeted.
The Covenant School is closed today, and the city of Nashville, famous for its country music scene, is in mourning over this tragic shooting. Prayer vigils are being held across the state, and Christian singer Lauren Daigle halted her album release party and instead asked her audience to join her in praying for the victims and their families.
This is a wrestle between good versus evil, light versus darkness.
And Lenny Kravitz spoke of Music City's heartbreak at the iHeartRadio Awards in Los Angeles last night.
Our hearts are heavy, and we are with you. Nashville, we love you. And America, we must do better.
We may never know why this happened, but we know who did it. A 28-year-old who went to the Covenant School as a little girl. She became an artist, recently came out as transgender, and for some reason carefully planned a deadly shooting. Stephen Fabian on what we do know.
How did this talented art school student turn into a monster? This is the first video of Audrey Hale taken when she graduated from art college last spring.
It's been hard, but it's also been an amazing experience when it comes to developing my creative talents and growing as an artist.
And this is her website. It's filled with disturbing drawings from the horror movie The Shining. She used words like gone insane to draw Jack Nicholson's character. The word red rum is murder spelled backwards. She titled this self-portrait Audrey the Artist, on a mission to change the world.
Audrey Hale lived in a quiet neighborhood with her parents. The graphic designer made extra money as a grocery store shopper and cat sitter. She was reportedly being treated for an emotional disorder. Her parents thought she had gotten rid of her 7 weapons, but she had apparently hid some of them in the house.
Take a look at this. Audrey Hale at age 8, looking like the picture of innocence in her yearbook photo from when she attended the Covenant School. Recently, Hale began describing herself as transgendered and began using the male name Aiden. This woman, Avriana Patton, was one of Audrey Hale's best friends. Just 15 minutes before the massacre, she received this disturbing text. "I'm planning to die today. This is not a joke. You'll probably hear about me on the news after I die. This is my last goodbye. I love you. See you again in another life." You got these messages and you realized something was up and you alerted authorities.
Yes.
What sort of emotions are you feeling right now, knowing this was somebody you knew who carried out this horrible act?
I'm in disbelief. I'm just like, I can't even watch the video. I'm like, Audrey.
Listen, if someone tells you you're going to hear my name on the news, I'm going to die today, that's somebody who needs to be picked up. Not just to protect others even, but to protect herself.
Considering what happened, it's ironic that Audrey Hale's mother once called a petition to keep guns out of schools. So important. When the mother was contacted yesterday, she said she didn't want to talk, adding, "I think I just lost my daughter."
The pastor's daughter, her 2 classmates, the head of the school, the custodian, and a substitute teacher, all victims of the latest senseless school shooting in America. 3 of them were 9-year-old children, and that has prompted parents around the country to post photos of their own little ones with the hashtag, "This is 9 years old."
Anguished parents across the nation are grieving for the school victims. Under the hashtag "This is 9 years old," they are posting images of their own 9-year-old kids as a way to mourn the slain pupils who were all 9 years of age. One parent writes, "This hit hard. Babies who went to school and never came home. My heart breaks."
I have a 9-year-old, and the thought that any of us could send our children on the buses or walking or drop them off a carpool and not get to hug them again.
We're learning more about the victims. Haley Scruggs was the daughter of the lead pastor at the church. She was described as such a gift. Evelyn Deekhouse died a hero, trying to pull a fire alarm. Her parents call her a shining light. William Kinney loved playing baseball for his team, the Reds. Red ribbons now adorn the ball field where he played, and teams will wear red in his honor at games tonight. 3 staff members were also killed. Catherine Kuntz was the school's head teacher. A saint, one parent calls her. She knew every single student by name.
Catherine was the perfect head of a school. I mean, she had this amazing combination of strength and steadiness and warmth and kindness.
61-year-old Cynthia Peak was a substitute teacher and mother of 3. Mike Hill was the school custodian for 13 years. He was 61. All gone too soon.
The city of Nashville has started a special fund. It's called the Caring for Covenant Fund. It's to pay funeral expenses and provide for counseling. You can learn more about it over at InsideEdition.com.